This is Cable 18, the Cherry Hill Public Schools television station.
Good evening, and welcome to the West Report. I'm Chris Fegley.
And I'm James Simmons. On Monday, May 2nd, SAO held its annual spring blood drive in the boys' wrestling gym. Mark Wolf was there to take us through the process.
Hi, I'm Mark Wolf. I'm here at Cherry Hill West 2nd Annual Blood Drive. Let's go inside. This is the registration part?
This is the registration part. First thing I need is your social security number.
Well, now I'm registering to give blood. All right, my social security number, 150-64-0406.
Okay, and last name?
Wolf.
Spell it.
W-O-L-F-E.
First name is Mark with a C or a K?
C.
Middle initial?
B. After registering, the nurse gives you a form to fill out. You answer questions. Have you ever had malaria? Don't think so. I'm now here with Doris Kraft, registered nurse. What are we doing in this stage?
Medical history.
Medical history, okay.
All right, just state your name for me.
Mark Wolf.
Okay. And you're 18 years old.
Yes, I am.
Your date of birth?
5970.
Okay. When's the last time that you gave blood?
The last blood drive here at West.
Okay, and your weight?
165.
All right. Do you feel well today?
Feel very good.
Blood from your ear to test to make sure that you're not anemic.
Okay, now this doesn't hurt at all, does it?
All right. I don't think that. I don't think it'll bother you.
All right. Now, you do this to everyone, right? But it doesn't hurt.
Yes.
Okay. So, like, you do it with a needle, or you're not going to take, like, the earlobe? Ah! No, I'm just kidding.
Lancet.
Just kidding. Okay. I didn't flinch, did I?
No.
Didn't hurt at all.
Just hold that right.
All right.
Oh, I
Now I look like a professional, don't I? Table for one. All right, I'm Mark Wolf.
The blood drive managed to raise a remarkable 95 points, thanks to the efforts of SAO, Mr. Schmidt, the American Red Cross, and the students and faculty who donated blood.
Last Wednesday was Secretary's Day. Here at West, the secretaries received special recognition. Joshua Warnberger reports.
Last Wednesday, Cherry Hill West held a luncheon for its secretaries. The luncheon was a small catered lunch which took place in the teacher's library. The luncheon was given to show Cherry Hill West's appreciation for its secretaries during National Secretaries Week. Earlier, I spoke with two of West's secretaries about their job. I'm here with Mrs. Conicone. Okay, Mrs. Conicone, what are some of the tasks that you perform as a secretary?
Well, some of the tasks are my typing, answering the phone, dealing with students, parents, teachers, administrators. I guess that's about it.
Do you find being a secretary is a hard or easy job?
Well, sometimes it can be easy because I enjoy people and I enjoy children, and that's why I work for a school. And sometimes it can be very difficult because there are certain people that call that have definite problems that you have to try to deal with. And also there is a lot of paperwork and sometimes it's a little overwhelming. So it can be difficult that way, but I enjoy it. I'm here. I've been working for Cherry Hill District about 18 or 19 years, and I enjoy it.
Okay, thank you. What does your job involve?
Well, at my position, I'm the bookkeeper for the high school, and I work with Mrs. Banks, who's coordinator of student activities.
Do you feel that your job is an easy or difficult job?
It's a very enjoyable position that I hold.
What are some problems that you may encounter?
Having enough time to do all the things that I like to do.
Okay, thank you very much. And for those Cherry Hill West students who wish to enter the secretarial field, there are 2 programs. The first program is called Office Systems and Technology, which is for juniors and seniors. It teaches the student how to use the latest office equipment and gives them a valuable market skill. The second program is called Cooperative Office Education and Work Experience, and it is for seniors. It allows the student to work part-time in the secretarial field under the supervision of the coordinator. This program helps prepare the student to perform secretarial skills which our secretaries here at West do so well. I'm Joshua Warrenberger for the West Report.
So, Brian, how did the West sports teams do this past week?
Well, Chris, last Wednesday, West varsity baseball team lost East 7-1 in a crucial conference game. This loss ended the team's hopes of an undefeated season. But the team is still ranked 5th in the Courier and 7th in the Inquirer, and the team still has a chance to win the conference championship. The team played Edgewood yesterday. They'll face Triton on Thursday, and the team will play Camden Catholic on Friday instead of on Saturday, its originally scheduled date. The girls' varsity softball team defeated East 4-3 in an outstanding defensive performance. The game will be shown tonight after the junior school news. The boys' track team rolled past Camden 81-50 in a meet last Tuesday, which they won 9 first-place events. On Monday, the boys' track team beat Pennsauken 68-63. The girls' lacrosse team defeated Pennsauken 9-3 behind an outstanding defensive performance. Also on Monday, the team defeated Lenape 9-5. Today, the team played Eastern at home, and we will have that result in next week's broadcast. And finally, the golf team halved with Paula Sixth on Monday behind Doug Ergood, who shot 2 over a par of 38. That's the sports. Back to you, Jim.
Congratulations to the winners of the West Physical Fitness Competition. Keith Mahan, Marlo Fleischer, Eric Jamerson, Becky Greenstein, Mark Leroux, Sandy Duda, Mark Lupica, Marnie Alltaker, Chris Krieger, Heather Ferguson, Bill Blauvelt, Mary Murray, and alternates Paul Kazdia and Margaret Palat. This team will represent our school in 2 sectional meets held today and next Monday, May 16th. It's May, and May is prom season. The junior prom is this Saturday in the Phoenix Room at the Garden State Racetrack. T.J. Locke, the governor of the junior class, describes to the juniors about the prom.
As some of you may already know, the Phoenix Room is just an absolutely beautiful place to have a prom, and that's part of what's going to make this junior prom so special. We're going to have a buffet dinner, which makes it really nice because you can eat when you want and dance when you want. And one thing that's really special about this junior prom is that WMMR, the radio station, will be DJing our prom. So we'll have some, Mark the Shark will be there and a couple of other people that you may know. So that's pretty exciting to be at the prom with a famous radio station. And we're going to have a little surprise with the favors, and we should have, some nice food and nice dancing. We should have a pretty nice evening.
Once again, here's Drew Hannes with What's Hip.
Hi, I'm Drew Hannes, and I'm here to tell you what's hip. Do you remember that song a few years back called She Blinded Me with Science by Thomas Dolby? Well, he's released a new album after working with Belinda Carlisle. The album is called Aliens Ate My Buick. The self-produced album is quite jazzy with songs like The Key to My Ferrari and May the Cube Be With You. The album features his backup band, The Lost Toy Boys. Here's a glimpse of their first video and single, Airhead.
Before she signs any contract, she better learn to read. And that's a fact. But in her dreams, she's the queen of a fashion regime. You ask me, do I love you?
Thomas Dolby has done a fine job on his new album, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm Drew Hannes, and I'll see you next time on What Tip?
The 5th annual lip sync contest will be held this Friday night at 7 o'clock in the auditorium. There will be over 20 acts as the students will lip sync to their favorite songs and also imitate the motions of the original singers. The students will be judged on lip sync, originality, and costuming. The cost is $3, so come out and support our students.
Stay tuned for the East versus West softball game after the junior school news here on Cable 18. Thank you for watching the West Report. Please tune in next week at the same time. Good night.
Good night.
Good evening, and welcome to this most exciting edition of May 4th EastCast. I'm Michelle Simikowski, along with Evan Ringer, to bring you this week's news. Over the years, East sports teams and various clubs have become state champions in their various activities. Well, now it's time to once again commend the latest East State champions, the ever-excellent Curtaman lower-level team. The competition was held this past Saturday, and 3 of the most prominent team members are Henry Liao, Justin Green, and Karen Ehrlich. The upper level and second level Curtaman teams played very well also, but they unfortunately were defeated by their northern opponents. Still, we here at East are very proud because the best Curtaman team in the state belongs to us. Congratulations to the team members and to advisor Dr. Bonnie Ford. Congratulations also to our foreign correspondent, Senior Liz All, who was selected for a 1988 Governor's Award in Arts Education. Liz was nominated by the faculty and director of the Governor's School of Creative Writing for her outstanding work. There will be an award ceremony on June 8th, but unfortunately Liz will still be in the Philippines. Congratulations, Liz, on your fine accomplishment. As we all know, the one-act plays are underway this weekend, and last week we saw Sherry Telenoff's great interview with Dan Traster and David Weiner. This week, Sherry is interviewing student directors Jason Rossman and Brad Holonicki.
Brad, you were selected as a director. Could you tell me the process in which you were chosen?
Well, you have to submit applications, and very comprehensive applications. And on the applications, you have to put your experience, your philosophy for the show that you picked, of exactly what you want out of it, what you think is the moral of the show. Also, you have to submit a copy of the play itself, and also requests of who you would like to have as your technical director and your stage manager. And they also have to submit similar application forms. And Mr. Nation decides based on experience, how he thinks that person will perform, and what exactly is the play as to who is going to direct. For instance, if he doesn't like the play, but he likes the director, that director may not get it because he's afraid that the play will fail because it's, deficient in some areas.
Do you, as a senior and a student, find it hard to direct your own grade?
Very much so. Yes, it's a little bit difficult to tell the people to do things when you're on the same academic level. I think if I was doing one of the other classes besides the seniors, it would possibly be a little easier. But as it is, we're all in the same grade, and we've all got senioritis, and it makes it a lot more difficult, yes.
Well, since this is a one-act play competition, perhaps you could tell me who judges this.
Okay, well, they get professionals in the area of drama. They come in, and on the night of the show, it's a competition, and each one of the classes, the freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors, are all competing to be the best play and best actor and all different positions of technical and stage manager and director. And the professionals come in, and they judge everyone, and the play that wins gets to go on to compete at Bucks County Playhouse against the best plays at several other schools in the Delaware tri-state area.
Maybe you could tell me. I hear you're doing the Inherit the Wind, and it's a very long play. How do you intend to do that in one act?
Well, it was originally a full two-length play, but I really liked it, and I felt that it could be edited and still end up being a well play, so I decided to do it.
Don't forget to come out and watch the one acts this Saturday in the auditorium at 7 o'clock, $3. This has been Shari Telenoff reporting for EastCast.
The junior prom. We've been waiting for it since the cotillion ended last year, and now it's hard to believe it's already over. But the memories live on. The memories of the buffet dinner, the dance, music, and light show from Silver Sound DJ, the pictures, the limo, the valet parking, the tux or gown, the fantastic atmosphere at the Phoenix Room at the track, and probably best of all, the time shared with friends and classmates during and after the prom. This night left us wishing we could stay forever young, but not that young that we will not be able to go to our senior prom next year. This year's second blood drive will be on May 12th and 13th. The chairpeople are Lisa Swanger, Robbie Gohl, and Rob Spitz. Lisa Swanger commented, "This can be our best blood drive yet if students and their parents come out to help the Red Cross." As a matter of fact, this year's parents will get first priority over all students to encourage them to sign up. The total donation goal for this year is 500 pints. Since we'd raised 225 pints in the first half of the year, Lisa, Ravi, and Rob think we can get the remainder at this drive if we really work at it. Any students ages 17 or older wishing to give blood should pick up a sign-up sheet from Mr. Belchikoff and return it to the activities office. Student assistance will also be needed to work at the drive, and anyone interested should contact Mr. Belchikoff. Last week, as part of the anti-drinking and driving campaign, SAD sponsored an assembly where Steve Booth, a drunken driver accident victim, told of his experience and subsequent life as a paraplegic. I was able to talk to Steve for a few minutes after the assembly.
I was 24 years old, young, had a promising career as a professional photographer. I went down to Florida on vacation, and I got in a car with a drunk driver, and basically my whole life has changed. I'm now confined to a wheelchair.
You mentioned in the assembly, some of the things that you have given up, and some of the ways it's changed your life. Could you go into that a little bit deeper?
Well, it's changed my life, both mentally as well as physically. For example, I now look at people a lot differently. I look from the inside as opposed to the exterior. And I know that my family, without their support, I don't think I would be here today. But I know that each day they see me, I know that hurts quite a bit. It takes a little bit out of them each time they see me. And I know it's real difficult on them. But I just try every day, just take one day at a time, basically.
As of right now, you think it's starting to build up, it's starting to get really good where, you think it shouldn't be any more, any problem, going around, you're your ex-girlfriend's boss and you've got a lot going for you. You think it's going to keep going that way?
Well, hopefully, life's what you make it, and I'm just trying to, just one day at a time. That's all I'm going to do is just take it one day at a time.
Do you have anything else, either repeating what you said in the assembly or something new and original that you could, tell the students about, getting in the car with a drunk driver or driving drunk?
Well, let's see. Today's Tuesday. Sunday, one of my good friends who's in a wheelchair was hit by a drunk driver and killed, and I'm going to the wake this evening. So there's proof positive that it doesn't have to be someone that's walking that could be hit. Someone that's wheeling could also be hit. You don't have to necessarily be the driver or the passenger. You could be just walking and get hit.
What should students try to do to prevent situations like this?
Well, they want to be treated like young adults, and they should act like young adults and become responsible for their own actions.
You know, designated driver and
I prefer the designated driver over any other alternative.
some of the other alternatives could be possibly calling your
Would
parents.
be calling parents if you have a good rapport with your family, you know, or an older brother or an older sister. Then there's walking home and also spending the night, which, you know, I don't see why you can't just fall asleep on the floor, basically.
Right. Okay, thank you, Steve, and I hope you have a good day.
Yeah, I hope so too. It's been fun.
This has been Evan Ringer for EastCast.
Do you have any plans for next Tuesday night? Even if you do, you may like to change them and come see Cherry Hill East's music department in action. On May 10th, East Chamber Winds, Brass Ensemble, Bells of East, and yes, of course, the Madrigals will perform their talents for audiences of all ages. So treat yourself and come see the show. Choral director Mrs. Wilson and the ever-excellent Bruce Yurko are conducting, so naturally the performances will be a big success. Make sure you see it, the Chamber Concert, next Tuesday night, May 10th, here at East. Perhaps you remember a day last year when you could buy a chocolate-covered strawberry in the courtyard, observe pottery making, or even gawk at the fine gymnasts flipping and just doing their thing in the sunny, warm courtyards. That day was East's spectacular Pavis Festival, and now that it's already May, this year's Pavis Festival is just around the corner. The date for the festival this year is now scheduled for May 27th, the Friday before Memorial Day, and it will surely be a day to remember. During the day, East staff and student body will be invited to attend the various performances, demonstrations, and exhibitions. Because East has such a talented fine arts department, you should be sure not to miss the silk screening, calligraphy, dancing, wood carving, the list just goes on. And also, this year, if any of you staff members have any hidden talents, don't be shy to share them. Mr. Edwin Cook is looking for you to help out this year as a demonstrator, workshop leader, or even performer. So go for it, give it a try. And even if you don't feel like being a direct participant, at least be sure to experience all the great talent and activities. Just like last year's Pavis Festival, this year's, at the end of the month, will again be a great time. The New Jersey Art Commission recently recognized 3 of East's students for their accomplishments. Sean Rose won overall first in the 13th District and second in Camden County for his color linoleum cut. Shamita Mendel's impressionistic landscape placed third in the county, and Jeff Kahn's linoleum print was first in the county. Jason Packman spoke with Jeff about his award and his work.
Jeff is a senior here at East. He is very active in many areas, especially as Cable 18's student cameraman. Recently, he has received a New Jersey Art Commission award. In what area of this program have you been recognized?
Well, in the 13th District, we have several. There was Ocean County, Burlington County, and Camden County. I was in the Camden County. I came first place in Camden County.
Could you describe artwork to us, and maybe could you show us an example of your work?
Sure. Our problem was a 2-page layout for a children's book, and I just did what I think would be good for a children's book, so I made it very involved, and a child could stare at the 2-page layout for hours, finding different things like teapots and hangers and just ordinary everyday things. And well, I happen to have a test print. It's an early test print, so I did a lot of work. I've done a lot of work on it since. The cloud is more involved after I've done the work on it. The original was on display at the New Jersey Art Commission.
What are your future plans in the field of art?
Well, I'm planning on going on to communications in undergraduate school, and then I'm planning to try to get a master's in art, and I'm going to find a happy median between the two.
Congratulations on your award.
Thank you very much.
This has been Jason Packman from EastCast.
These results just in from the Student Congress elections on Tuesday. President for the class of 1989, Amy Shapiro. Vice President Brendan Graham. Secretary-Treasurer Ina Lee. and Publicity Manager Kim Balmetis. The class of 1990 elected President Betsy Ducat, Vice President Eric Rolosa, Secretary-Treasurer Eric Friedman, and Publicity Manager Arthur Chow. The class of 1991 now has Matt Newlander as President, Vice President Ken Gross, Secretary-Treasurer Michelle Pro, and Publicity Manager Mark Schenken.
All seniors, get psyched, get panicky, whatever you may call it, but get ready. The senior prom is less than 3 weeks away. The date is May 21st, and we plan to dance the night away at the Garden State Park Phoenix Room. Don't forget, tomorrow is the last day to buy tickets. So bring in your money. The cost is $63 per couple. The theme is I've Had the Time of My Life from the smash hit movie Dirty Dancing. I'm sure this year's prom will be the time of our lives, so let's make it the best.
Well, once again, I've had the time of my life relating the news to you along with Michelle Simitkowski, and I hope to stay forever young so that I can be back soon. Don't forget to stay tuned to the East-West softball game following the junior school news right here on Cable 18. Tonight, we leave you with Ophelia tiptoeing through the tulips. Good night, Ophelia.
Good evening, I'm Heather Pertweet, and this is Carusi News. This Friday, Carusi students will be treated with the performances of Jazz Unlimited dancers. We'll have a tape of that next week. Next Wednesday, on May 11th, the Spring Music Concert will be held in the gymnasium at 7:30. Just the mention of spring gets you excited. Congratulations are in order to these outstanding Carusi students. Ted for his second place finish in the Anti-Defamation League's poster contest, which utilized the theme to secure justice and fair treatment to all. Ted was awarded a $100 savings bond. To Liesl Shuzan, who placed first in the statewide poster contest. Shuzan was awarded a $100 savings bond, and her first place finish makes her eligible for the national contest, where the prize is a $1,000 savings bond. Information on the national winner will be held in June. Finally, to Cecilia Beyer for her first place finish in the American Legion's essay contest on the Constitution. Cecilia will be honored this Friday at the American Legion Award Ceremony, where she will be presented a $50 savings bond. Additionally, her essay will be now forwarded to compete at the county level. Thanks to all students who participated, and our congratulations to the winners. Here's David Back with this week's Mustang Sports. David?
Thank you, Heather. On Tuesday, April 26th, the 7th grade girls softball team played one of the most exciting games of the season as they traveled to Oakland. Trailing 10-4 after 5 innings, the Lady Mustangs came back with a 7-run rally to take an 11-10 lead. But in the bottom of the 6th, Oakland bounced back to score 3 more runs. But another turnaround put Carusi back in the lead as it scored 3 more runs in the top of the 7th. In the bottom of the 7th, Oakland's first batter hit a triple over our left fielder's head and eventually scored. The game was called and both teams settled for a tie. On the same day at Oakland, the 7th grade boys baseball team lost to Oakland 8-4. Early in the game, Carusi fell behind 4-0 but came back to tie at 4-4. Oakland pulled away and never lost their lead. The final score again was 8-4. On Wednesday, April 27th, the 8th grade Lady Mustang softball team lost their second game of the season to a tough Delran team. The team, who could only muster up 3 hits, faced one of the toughest pitchers in the area. At Delran on Wednesday, the 8th grade boys baseball team easily destroyed Delran 12-3. The Mustangs raised their undefeated record to 6-0. Catcher Steve Young, the obvious MVP, was 4 for 4, scoring 3 runs and stealing 2 bases. He also had 4 RBIs, a double, and a homer. To top it all off, he threw out a runner trying to steal a base. On Thursday, April 29th, the 7th grade softball team did a little destroying of their own. 11 hits, 4 walks, and 12 runs in a wild third inning led them to a win by a score of 18-1. On Thursday, the 8th grade softball team evened their record to 2-2 by defeating Haddonfield 7-1. A lot of their success was because of Carusi's pitcher, Elisa Scotia, who struck out 5 and gave up just 3 hits. Carusi's 7th grade baseball team played Beck on Thursday. The Mini Mustangs were ahead at the beginning by a score of 2-1. Beck then took the lead of 3-2. When Carusi had their last bats, they got a runner to third with 1 out but couldn't score. Again, the final score is 3-2 and Carusi lost. Also Thursday, our track team beat Haddon Heights. Strong efforts in all events led Carusi to wins in almost all areas. On Friday, the varsity baseball team, yes, destroyed another team. This time it was Morristown by a score of 17-4. The Mustangs banged in 15 hits, including 4 triples. On Monday, the 8th grade boys baseball team had another winning day. Riverside came to Carusi with a 7-1 record, 1 game behind the Mustangs. With a real team effort, Carusi came out on top 6-1. John Bo Gray had an outstanding game and pitched an 11 strikeout game. He also had 3 for 4 at the plate and 2 RBIs. That's all sports for today. Now back to you, Heather.
The big story for tonight is last Monday morning, the Honorable Susan Bass-Levin, Mayor of Cherry Hill, visited our schools to speak to our students. She described what it was like to be a full-time mayor in this day and age in a large community.
Terrific grade, but it's still not an A. So there's always something that you can strive for to make things better. As compared to almost all of the other towns around us, I think Cherry Hill has better services and a better quality of life than almost any of the other towns. We have better schools, we have better tennis courts, we have better police, and that's what makes this town a great place to live in.
She also presented awards to some of our students for their participation on the bicentennial presentation in September.
Today. Mayor, the 10 students seated before you are deserving of some special recognition because they were responsible for presenting an original play on the Constitution to the entire student body. They came over the summer months and we spent a number of hours at the first 2 weeks of school in order to practice and really present a quality production to the students. And for that effort, they are deserving of special recognition.
We won't see you until next Wednesday, so before I go, I want to pay tribute to all the mothers in the world. Carusi News never forgets the little details of the month. So to all you moms out there, here's our card for you. On behalf of the entire staff at Carusi, I'm Heather Petweet, and this is Carusi News.
This is Cable 18, the Cherry Hill Public Schools television station.